Well, good afternoon, folks. Mel down here in the great country of Costa Rica, where the shelves are full with food and the food is more natural than anywhere else. I'm going to actually play this video for you. This is the lifestyle I like. Not necessarily is it going to be the kind of lifestyle you like, but you can go ahead and watch while I ramble, all right? There we go. All right, so basically there's a lot going on. The lawsuit, folks, it looks like the SEC is on the ropes. See, I've been saying this all along. Anybody who's been hanging out in this room for more than 6 months, 8 months, a year, will tell you that I've been saying that we're going to win the lawsuit. The reason why we got to win the lawsuit, folks, is very simple. The lawsuit is going to brand XRP into a household name. It doesn't matter who you ask anywhere around the world in the next 6, 8 months, once we win the lawsuit. It doesn't matter if you're in a freaking cave in Afghanistan and you ask some freaking caveman or cave woman that, do you know who XRP Ripple is? They will know. Everybody will know. This will be a household name. And it's going to be synonymous with what? Moving money around the planet. There's nobody that's going to be doing better, faster, cheaper. The SEC is going to be gone. Folks, look, with all due respect, we should be conservatively, by the way, I'm going to leave a link to this video below. It's some great music. You're going to love it. Conservatively, XRP right now should be $8,000 to $10,000. And there's a reason why I say that. Obviously, we all know the price is being manipulated. We know that the bankers have figured out that, Brad Garlinghouse did them in. Brad Garlinghouse is a gangster. Okay, Brad Garlinghouse figured out a way. He basically put their arm around them like a gangster. Hey, bro, don't worry about it, man. We're going to create this thing called CBDCs. You're going to be in business. Don't worry about it. But they realize now that their goose is cooked. The party is about to come to a fucking end. Okay, and there's a lot of things, man. Listen, I've said this a million times as well. There is absolutely nobody on planet Earth, nobody on YouTube, nobody on Rumble, nobody on any of the other platforms that connects as many dots as we connect. Nobody. We have the quantum financial system down below. You can click it whether you join our Telegram group or not, because the quantum financial system is coming. It's not the global reset, Mr. Klaus Schwab. You're going to own nothing and you're going to be happy. How about you're going to be fucking dead and we're going to be happy? Because you're about to get a bullet in your head if you haven't already got one, and the guy that's running around is potentially a robot or a clone or whatever you want to call it. All right. But the reality is the IRS is going to go away. The Federal Reserve is going to go away. The SEC is going to go away. What they're doing to the market right now deserves nothing less than arrests. Okay. These people should be stripped of all of their wealth, all of their possessions, cars, jets, airplanes, helicopters, everything, and put it back in the pot so that we could distribute it amongst the people that they've really caused a lot of fucking problems, haven't they, over the years? But Gessara Nessara is basically all tied into the quantum financial system. XRP is going to be the bus, according to Jim Willie, which I'm in touch with, by the way. Hope to have do a podcast with him here in the next couple of days. Personally, I think we might even get together because he's not that far away here. He lives in Costa Rica, believe it or not. So anyway, ExxonMobil is about to go away. Why? Because Gessara Nessara, the part of Gessara Nessara is free energy technology. The medical industry is about to go away. Folks, if you don't think that these people at the top of the food chain, at the top of the pyramid, don't know about med beds, whatever Mother Nature you're smoking, you better put some in a package and send it down here to Costa Rica, because I want to take a few tokes of that shit too. Okay? I'm telling you, 6,000 fucking patents are getting ready to be released. I'm talking reverse osmosis of the air, land, sea, the fresh water, all of it. You're not going to need to pull up to an ExxonMobil gas station to get, 2 gallons of gas. It's over. And they know it. That's why Mr. T has such tremendous opposition. But I'm starting to believe that the last, rally that we had in Arizona, I'm starting to believe it was not him. That guy was a little heavier. His skin was a different color. It wasn't as polished as the one the real one. And from what I understand, he is being, protected at the highest levels. They want him dead more than I can. There's no words that I could describe to you that will make you understand the level of hate they have for this man, because he's about to take us all off the fucking treadmill. All of us. Okay? See, Satoshi Nakamoto is David Schwartz, and I've said this a million fucking times. I'm not the only one that believes that. I believe John McAfee's still alive. I believe, that guy, what's his name, Epstein's still alive. I believe that lady, Maxwell, she's going to be under some kind of government witness protection program. She's going to sing like a canary, and there's going to be a lot of big people going down. I'm talking a lot of big people. It's coming. It's all coming. This thing, listen, there's going to be movies and books written about this for the next 10,000 years of what not to do. From what I understand, Trump is coming back, but he's not coming back in the capacity that we all think. We think that he's going to come back, and I just dropped something, but I really don't care. I got to keep rolling here. Oh, it's the remote control to my fan. Anyway, so basically, he's coming back, but it's going to be a completely different system, according to that lady who was interviewed by Benjamin Vienneman. I can't pronounce his name properly all the time, but anyway, you know what I'm talking about, the guy over there in Britain. She said that basically we're going to be voting for different stuff through a blockchain system, which I've been saying that for the last 4 years, okay? Before the actual disaster happened with the election, et cetera, okay? So with that said, how does she know all of this stuff? I believe she's channeling some people way high up, okay, that hang out in Space Force with the low-lying satellites, not from around here, if you get my drift, okay? So it's all about to come to an end, folks. We're in the eye of the storm right now. I think we're maybe, I'm being optimistic when I say I still think it's going to take till April or May before they make any major announcements. I don't agree with Phil that everything is going to come to a screeching halt here in the next, couple of days. And, the end of this month, he says, Mr. T is going to be, I don't believe that. I don't believe that for a second. Okay. So you're going to be voting. There's not going to be a lot of government. Government's going to be shrunk down. You hear those birds out there? Birds, birds, listen to me. The governments are going to be shrunk down by about 95%. Okay. That's the reason why taxes are going to go away. The IRS, the Federal Reserve, the SEC, the FTC, all the Congress, all of this stuff goes bye-bye, folks. All of it. A lot of these people are literally getting ready to check out on their own, if you know what I mean. They got a something called a 45, and sitting next to their bedside table, because when they got to face the music, they're going to check out on their own. They're not going to want to face the music, believe me. Okay. And even the low-lying, people down at the bottom of the totem pole, the nurses, the doctors, the police officers, the police officer that said in Australia, hey, dude, I don't know how to do anything else. Oh, yeah, so what your job is to beat up people and you take orders like a fucking drone to enforce what? A New World Order? Really? Well, let me tell you something. We know where you live. We know what kind of car you drive. We know what color your house is. We know what kind of food you like to eat. We know more about you than you know about yourself, and the White Hats are coming for you. And there's nothing you could do to stop them. So you might as well say goodbye to your wives and your girlfriends and your next door neighbors and your sons and daughters, your cousins, your uncles, your aunts. You're going away too. You're not going to get away with this. I promise you. There's 100,000 of us for every one of you. It's amazing how everything you guys have touched turns into shit, but yet you keep on doubling down and doubling down and doubling down, and you don't know when the fuck to stop. It amazes me, the level of stupidity that we're dealing with. Look at that place. Can you imagine after XRP hits 10, 20, 30,000? This is where we're all going, right here, right there. I'm going to leave a link below, folks. This is gorgeous. I believe this is an island off the coast of Africa. I forget what it's called. It is amazing because Amber and I watch a lot of this stuff because we know, because we've invested 6 years ago almost, and we know where we're headed. We have a clear, concise picture. We have this movie playing in our head 24/7, 365. Okay. And we want to take as many of you as possible with us, if you allow us to. We're not here to hurt you, folks. We're here to help you. We're here to help you transition. As a matter of fact, we need as many coaches as possible. We need as many of you who are experts in buying cryptos, and always do it in the room, because if you try to help somebody privately, unless we know you for a long time, you know, it's bad because of the fact, obviously, don't give your seed words or anything like that in the room, guys, okay? But let them help you in the room under the supervision of all of the patriots, because there's a lot of shysters out there, okay? There's a lot of people out there that are, you know, ready, willing, and able to take your money. And if you don't know what you're doing and you're wet behind the ears, they're going to take your freaking money, okay? So I believe wholeheartedly, because when you're talking about moving all of the money on earth, folks, you're talking about, you know, you're not gonna move all the money on earth with a, you know, 59-cent freaking XRP. Come on, really? The reason, I mean, Jim Willie said it perfect. Bankers are good at one thing. Banksters, he called them. They're gangsters. Okay, gangsters with banking titles. Okay, they're good at one thing: robbing people, and the other thing they're good at is whacking people, and that's a fact. So when they realized they couldn't copy Ripple XRP because the secret sauce is too fucking difficult to fucking copy, and they realized that everybody who's anybody in the space of being able to program or move money or finances or influence, etc., I can go on and on and on and on, and okay? Already works for Ripple, and they realized that the Ripple freaking secret sauce has, you know, 900 million freaking moving parts, and you can't copy it, and the talent pool has already dried up because everybody already works for Ripple. They went back to Ripple and said, hey, I think we're going to be able to use Ripple. Really? No kidding. But let me tell you something. They ain't using jack shit. The only thing they could do is buy it, because they are out of business. And I've said this for a long, long time, and a lot of you people that understand the space, you understand exactly what it is I'm talking about. You cannot, okay, tell me what I'm about to tell you that it is not true. These asset classes work perfectly well peer-to-peer. In other words, I could, you know, buy something from you. You could buy something from me. CBDCs are fucking DOA, dead on arrival. Tim Draper says this. I'm not the only one. There's a lot of people out there that are a lot smarter, a lot wealthier than I am, but they, you know, they say that it's not the first horse out of the gate that wins the race. We're not done with the race yet. Amber and I are about to, you know, get out of that gate, and we'll see who wins the race in the end. A lot of people in our room are about to become fabulously wealthy, beyond your wildest fucking dreams. Even if you own 1,000 XRP, and my price predictions, which are conservative, 50 to 100,000, because you need to move all the money on earth, which is 5 quadrillion. Look it up. 5 quadrillion divided by the escrow amount. The escrow amount of Ripple, which is 50 billion. 50 billion divided by 5 quadrillion is how much? That's Italy, by the way. I can't remember the name of the town, but that's a beautiful town. 5 quadrillion divided by 50 billion is $100,000 per XRP. Now, if we are the ones that are going to back the gold, it all depends on how much of that supply of gold they allow us to back will determine the price. And being that these people at the top, some of them are still fuck ups, but because they cannot finagle the bagel, because this is the blockchain, if I was them, just to hedge their bet, just to, as a hypothetical example, they need, let's say, XRP to be 100,000. If I was them, I would hedge my bet and make it go to 200,000 or even 300,000. You understand? These people are out of business, folks. Okay? You don't go down to Antarctica. you can't go down to Antarctica and go inside the inner earth, okay? And I wholeheartedly believe David Schwartz, first of all, is not from around here. You ever hear that guy speak? The guy speaks a mile a second. He's incredibly intelligent, okay? Christine Lagarde might not be from around here either. She might be one of the good guys. She met David Schwartz down in the inner earth, I believe, and they're talking to a bunch of extraterrestrials from different regions of the galaxy, or many different galaxies that are not from around here, on how this whole thing is going to freaking unravel. David Schwartz, folks, is Satoshi Nakamoto, like I was telling you earlier. I'll tell you why I believe that. Let me see if I could find a really nice shot. Here we go. Okay. The reason why I think David Schwartz is Satoshi Nakamoto, first of all, if you look at the history, he worked for DARPA. When did he work for DARPA? He worked for DARPA. I believe it was early 2000s. In 2008, 2009, the housing bubble comes, and also Bitcoin is released. Bitcoin is an experiment. It's a prototype, folks. It's an experiment. It's a government experiment. If you own Bitcoin, you should be shitting in your fucking pants right about now. XRP, the one that they don't want you to pay attention to, the one that's in the 7th and 8th position constantly, the one that used to be in the 2nd position, number 2 position, which they pushed down there because it was too shiny. It was getting too much notoriety, too much attention. They pushed it down. If they can figure out how to get Shiba Inu to push us down one more notch, they'll do it tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock in the morning. Do you understand? Are you starting to get the picture? XRP is the new Bitcoin. The only guy that could have fixed that, because see, they went to him and they said, listen, we're in a lot of trouble. You got to create the next monetary system for this fucking planet. We're fucked. And with that, he creates Bitcoin. Bitcoin is proof of work. Proof of work doesn't work. It's too slow. It's too cumbersome. It's too expensive. It's got every fucking flaw in the book. The story that they created, all these, Michael Novogratz and or what's that guy? I can't think of his name. Michael Saylor and Max Kaiser and Christopher Green and all these fucking idiots. These are the high priests of the Bitcoin. Okay, that story of store value. What a bullshit story that is. The only way, let me tell you folks, and you can look this up, okay? Fact check me, please, please do it. The only way that Bitcoin goes up is they print a lot of Tether, number one, and they pump it into Bitcoin, and that causes it to go up. And then they sucker all the new people to come in, because the proof of, not proof of work rather, but the bullshit story that they created, that this is a store of value, that this is where you store your gold, is a bullshit story. That's not a functionality. That does not account for utility. If you brought that into a courtroom, the judge is going to laugh you out of the fucking courtroom. And anybody who buys that bullshit story, shame on you. Right? So if you're a Bitcoin Nancy out there, I'm going to argue with you for a little bit, okay? Let's take your philosophy or your bullshit story that you're a store of value. Let's take that nice little neat box. Let's put a fucking bow on it. And let's move it over here to the right for a second, because you know, and I know, and everybody knows that that does not constitute functionality, correct? Bingo. So it's over to the right. Now I'm going to ask you, what the fuck do you do? Oh, you don't have a functionality, do you? Bingo. Folks, it's an electronic, fucking high-tech bullshit Ponzi scheme. And it's going to go to fucking zero. Do you understand? The lawsuit is going to be over just about the same time POTUS gets back. And they announced Jesser and Nessera, the quantum financial system, not the global reset, not communism. I don't know what you guys were thinking about launching communism in the United States. Very foolish. You should have known better. There's 150 million of us that have guns. And if that's the absolute last option, yes, we'll use them. Let's hope that that is not the case. We've shown incredible restraint, and I believe that everybody is on the same page. We don't want to get anybody hurt. on either side. Besides, you guys don't like guns, don't know how to use guns, don't think anybody should own guns. Why would you even come to a gunfight? Why would you even come to a gunfight? What are you going to do? Shoot us with your fucking cocks? Give me a break. Okay? I'm sorry for getting graphic, but I got to get through to some of these people. All right? The gold that they confiscated in the Vatican, folks, is an astronomical amount, 1,500 kilometers, 30 meters wide, 30 meters high, packed with gold brick. There's a lot more gold that we haven't confiscated around the world. One of them happens to be in the Philippines. World War II, the Japanese thought they were going to go back and take the gold that they hid. That's not going to happen. The gold is still there, folks. Look it up. Go on YouTube. So all the stuff is coming. Jessera and Essera. It's the perfect fucking storm. Don't you get it? Jessera and Essera, the med beds, free energy technology, the lawsuit's going to drop. POTUS is going to come back. The announcement of quantum financial system, the low-lying satellites, the quantum computers in Reno, which is guarded by serious artillery by the Army and Navy and Air Force and everybody over there, okay? The armed forces are there. The Marines are there. Go try and fuck with the quantum computers. Go. I dare you. You're going to get a bullet, but you won't even see the bullet coming because it's coming from 3 miles away. There's snipers on hilltops everywhere. Folks, we're about to get off the fucking treadmill. I shit you not. It's all coming. And XRP is going to be the king of the hill, the king of the jungle. Let me tell you something. Even the fucking Max Kaisers who have been talking shit and BitBoy, Fat Boy, okay? BitBoy Crypto. I've been around for a long time with this fucking game. I can tell you because I've seen the videos myself of him talking bullshit about XRP. Now he's the commander in chief. Give me a fucking break. You could even be a janitor at the Army barracks for XRP, for the XRP community, brother. Not even a fucking janitor. We don't even want you mopping the floors. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit story. I'm the commander in chief. I don't give a fuck how many people you have. We don't forget. We may forgive, but we don't forget. You'll never be the commander. You won't even be a one-star fucking lieutenant. Okay? So there you go, folks. There's my story for today. I don't know if you agree or disagree with me, but please, by all means, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you come into our room, okay? If you want to learn about the quantum financial system that's coming, not the global reset, it all lives in our room. It all lives inside our manual. There's a bunch of videos. You can get lost for a month and a half, even 2 months, even 3 months, studying all this stuff. It's not like you got a choice, you know? It's not like, listen, I think I'm going to stay on the dollar. Nah, wrong answer. Survey says 0. Okay? You ain't doing that. It's not happening. It's going to be rainbow currency. There's going to be a revaluation. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to get a lot of money back from, because you've been screwed on your car loans, your student loans, your mortgages, all of it. You've been fucked from the day you were born. You're a corporation. You've been sold as cattle. Do your homework. I have a PhD in this fucking shit. PhD stands for Public High School Diploma. The petrodollar is gone, folks. It's about to come down. Now, XRP will never go to 0, by the way. I want to leave you with this. XRP will never go to 0. Why? I'll tell you why. Because XRP has intrinsic value. It solves multiple problems. The NFT market is about to literally engulf us because we have 0 gas fees. How is Buterin, whatever the fuck that skinny asshole's name is, well, how the hell is he going to compete with 0 gas fees? Short answer, he won't. He just announced that his 2.0 won't be ready for another 6 years. Folks, that's the same thing as him announcing it's not coming out. It's better for him to build a new Ethereum proof of stake from scratch and run this one into the ground, let it crash and burn, because you're not going to change those fucking airplane engines in mid-flight. You're not doing it. You're doing 600 miles an hour and you got programmers and mechanics strapped onto the fucking wings trying to swap out the engines? No. Don't think so. I don't think so. So there you go. There's my thought. Let me know what you guys think. And let me know if you have any comments or concerns or questions. Please put them down below. Join our Telegram group. Give me a like. Give me a follow. Spread me out there like chicken pox. Put me on your social media. I believe that I got my finger on the pulse. And again, I love the XRP Army, Digital Asset Investor, Crypto Eddie, Alex Cobb, what's his name? Can't think of his name. Chubby guy there. Oh, well, it's not important. It's really not important. But it's at the tip of my tongue. Digital Perspectives. There you go. Brad Kimes. I love him too. Okay. These guys bring a lot of stuff to the table, but nobody connects the dots with what's about to really take place like we do. If you don't believe me, you come into our room and we'll connect the dots for you. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you on the next one.